What the hell does that mean? Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series where we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 34th episode of the show Power Rangers in Space, as well as the 284th episode overall titled Five of a Kind. We started this episode in space where Dark Spectre is telling Astronema that he suspects that his powers are being drained from something on Earth. Astronema lies, saying that she too suspected Earth and her army will be ready. He leaves and she smiles to herself. On the megaship, they talk about how Psycho Pink is dead, but 4 is too many. Ashley talks about how hard they are to beat. TJ then starts with this dumb action figure chessboard, and he has an idea. He talks about how the Psycho Rangers stole their minds, essentially, so they can't just beat them like this. They need to mix up the colors to confuse them, and it'll give them an advantage. An alarm then goes off, and Alpha says the Psycho Rangers are at the plaza, so the Rangers move out. Everyone's freaking out as the 4 Psycho Rangers are walking through smoke. The Morph Rangers show up, and then they talk crap for a while before they run around opposite sides from each other. TJ then says to remember their strategy. Way to go, TJ. Andros takes on yellow while Carlos takes on blue, and Cassie and Ashley are taking on red. Psycho Blue then just starts beating Carlos, and he realizes that TJ isn't fighting him, so he goes after him. Carlos tries to intervene, but Psycho Black is against him. Now everyone's with their own color, and shouldn't Cassie still be throwing a wrench in this anyway since Pink is dead? Zane then shows up morphed, and he tells the Psycho Rangers to come at him. And no one does anything, and he gets mad, I guess. Cassie then gets tossed near him, and he helps her. Also, TJ gets totally defeated by Psycho Blue. TJ is struggling on the ground while Psycho Blue comes toward him, slashing him down, but Zane saves him. Psycho Blue hits him away, and as he goes back towards TJ, Dark Spectre interrupts Astronema's view of the fight, saying that his powers are being drained right now. She needs to find the one doing this, and she orders Ecliptor to stop the Psychos. TJ gets hit onto the ground, but the Psychos disappear in front of them. Zane is then in the background helping a limp TJ, and Carlos is like, at least we're all okay. Dude, look around, Carlos. TJ then faints. We then see more fighting with TJ versus Psycho Blue, only to realize it was a flashback dream of TJ's, who is awake now in the med bay. Ashley and Zane come over telling him it's okay. The others are there too, talking about how he got sent there because of Psycho Blue. He tries to get out of bed, but Andros says to calm down. They'll come up with a new plan. They tell TJ to rest, leaving him. On the Dark Fortress, the Psycho Rangers vent to each other about how Astronema sucks because she won't let them just attack. Ecliptor is listening, and he tells Astronema what they're saying. Astronema will let them attack on their own because the more energy they burn, the better. Cassie brings a platter of food to TJ, but he's not there. She then sees a light coming from a room and she hears the fight noises. TJ is reviewing the fight and Cassie comes in saying that he's supposed to be in bed. He couldn't just lay there though. He's watching the raw Japanese footage with a time code on it still, and Cassie asks if they have any weaknesses. They can't seem to find one. Then the picture messes up and TJ clicks a few buttons. Now everything is black and white, and Cassie tries to fix the color, but this makes TJ smile, telling her to follow him. He walks into the bridge and the others are confused. TJ has a blue spray bottle and he uses it to magically make all the action figures blue. What the hell does that mean? Now they won't know their true colors? How in God's name is any of this possible? Alpha's like, good job, like this is an actual thing. TJ then shows up in front of the Psychos out in the yard, and then here come all 5 Rangers, all dressed up as the Blue Ranger. Psycho Blue says, well that's easy, I'll just kill you all. Well, didn't see that coming. He charges forward, kicking literally everyone's ass. The other Psychos then realize that one of them has to be their actual color counterpart, so they charge forward as well, attacking random Rangers. One then asks which one they are, and Cassie says, I'm the Blue Ranger, and she laughs. Even now when she's getting her ass kicked, Cassie's a bitch. Love it. Psycho Yellow is also going to wait this one out until she can kill Yellow. Then Psycho Blue says that this is hopeless, and TJ uses his Astro Blaster against him, and the others congratulate him. But then a giant explosion happens, knocking everyone down. And now, it's Psycho Silver. A 6th Psycho Ranger has arrived. He's here to kill the Power Rangers once and for all. He even has an evil Super Silverizer. The other Psychos argue with him, but he claims that he'll kill them all, and he attacks, slashing TJ down. Now he's really hitting each and every other Ranger, hitting them all down. The Psychos are mad that he's stealing their kills, so they attack, saying that those are their Rangers. But then Blue fires at Black and Red from behind. Blue tells him to get the hell out of there because he'll be the one to kill Silver. Now it's Psycho Blue versus Psycho Silver, and Psycho Silver got hit away by some telekinetic attack, I guess. Psycho Blue is going against a Blue Ranger, but then TJ comes out from behind of Psycho Silver, leaping over him, hitting him down. The others shed their colors, revealing their true suits, and Psycho Silver is there because he's secretly Zane. I'm sorry, what? Why? This makes 0 sense. Psycho Blue fires at them, but Zane rolls forward, taking out his Digimorpher. Let's rock it! Now it's TJ and Zane against Psycho Blue, who is actually getting blown up a bit. TJ takes out his Astro Axe, and Zane uses the Super Silverizer, and they hit Psycho Blue, who falls down, blowing up. Well, Ashram then says he's not done firing the saddle lasers. Psycho Blue then grows giant, revealing a giant ice monster. They call out the Mega Voyager and the Mega Winger, standing now against Psycho Blue. Psycho Blue then makes it snow. Scary. He then starts beating the crap out of them, and the Mega Voyager's feet and helmet get frozen. Then Zane thinks that he has Psycho Blue, but nope. The Mega Voyager's controls aren't responding, and TJ says to adjust the thermometer. Bitch's thermometer. Andros does it, and the ice starts to melt. Seriously, that's all they had to do was turn up the heat. They melt the whole thing, and TJ says to keep the heat up so they can channel it into the lasers. How? Fuck you. TJ then fires a Mega Laser and it hits Psycho Blue, and as the music swells, Zane transfers the Mega Wing over to the Mega Voyager. Why? Fuck you. They then use the V3 Mega Missile attack, blowing up Psycho Blue. RIP Psycho Blue. Fuck you. Also, Andros refers to Zane as Psycho Zane. Dumb. On the Dark Fortress, Ashama says 3 Psychos is enough to kill the Rangers, but if they get down to 2, that's when they need to start to worry. Then the 3 remaining Psychos come in asking for a plan, and Ashama says it's time to kill the Rangers. Anyways, on the Megaship, Andros tells Zane that they need to do whatever they need to in order to stop the other 3 Psychos. Also, there's a whole shot where it's supposed to look like Andros uses an elevator, and it actually really works. They're getting the Megaship repaired. What happened with the Megaship? They didn't use the Astro Megazord in this episode at all. Andros finds TJ working in the engine room, and TJ asks Andros to help him with a panel. Andros seems a little offended to be doing manual labor, but he helps him. This is really boring. What's the point of this? Andros then looks sad, and TJ asks what's wrong. Of course it's about Karone, because God forbid the world not revolve around Andros for a second. And Andros just wants her to remember who she is, but instead she sent the frickin' Psycho Rangers. TJ makes a joke about this, like, dude, not the time. He says the last 3 Psychos could be even tougher. The end. Okay, don't get me wrong, this episode's a lot of fun, but it makes 0 goddamn sense. I mean, okay, I get trying to mix the Psychos up with who they're fighting. That's perfectly fine and not a bad idea at all. However, how did all these Rangers turn blue? I guess you could say it's something that Alpha could do with like the hardware of their morphers, but that begs the question of why they're even different colors to begin with then. Also, Psycho Silver? Get the fuck out of here. That was completely unnecessary and dumb. I mean, that means Zane was literally hurting them really badly during that fight with his super fake Super Silverizer. How did they even get a suit, or the weapon, or anything? And again, why? What did it accomplish except risking Zane's life for no reason? Next time is an episode that legitimately freaked me out quite a bit as a child, but until then, may the power protect you.